I knew something was wrong the moment Mom refused to meet my eyes. She stood in the hallway, clutching her phone like it held a secret she wished she could bury. My sister's wedding rehearsal was that night. I had my dress steamed, my gift wrapped, my speech rehearsed. Mom inhaled sharply, too sharply, and muttered, "Maybe it's better if you don't come." That was the first crack. The second came a moment later, slipping under the door like smoke. My sister's voice, low but sharp, whispering to Mom on speaker before she realized the line was still open. "She'll embarrass me in front of his family. Don't let her come." I didn't react, not outwardly. I'd learned long ago that silence is sharper than anger, so I simply stepped back, nodded, and said I understood. I did not understand. Not then, but I would. People like to think betrayal introduces itself with fireworks, raised voices, slammed doors. It doesn't. Betrayal is quiet, a shift in temperature, a door left slightly ajar. Growing up, my sister clung to me like a shadow. I protected her from bullies, taught her how to lie convincingly to our parents, stitched her secrets into my chest like buttons I'd never remove. She used to say I was her safe place. Funny how safe places become targets. The signs were small. She'd flinch when I entered a room if her fiancé's family was visiting. She'd talk over me, laugh too loudly at her own jokes, too softly at mine. And they, his family, would give each other those glances, the ones people exchange when they've been told a story they shouldn't believe, but do. It didn't take long to uncover the truth. She had rewritten me to them. A jealous sister, a failure, a reputation risk, all lies. But I had proof of something else. Messages she'd sent about me. Screenshots she forgot synced to the family tablet. She'll overshadow me. I don't want them thinking she's the successful one. They respect her too much already. Respect. That was the real crime in her eyes. I didn't confront her. What would be the point? People don't confess to sins they celebrate. Instead, I planned. I knew the rehearsal dinner was the night she wanted to impress her husband's boss. I also knew that morning the feature story about my latest project, an acquisition deal worth more than her wedding venue, was hitting shelves. The photographer had insisted on a full cover shot. My sister had scoffed at the idea. My sister? On a cover? No one will care. I made sure she cared. I delivered nothing to her directly. No warnings, no invitations, not even a hint of what was coming. Silence was my weapon of choice, and I wielded it with precision. While she prepped her speech, her table settings, her perfect evening, that magazine circulated across the city, and somehow it landed on the desk of her husband's boss. She told me later what happened, though not intentionally. I overheard her crying to Mom, voice cracking like old paint. "He called me in," she sobbed. "He held up the magazine and said, 'Why didn't you tell me your sister is her?'" Her husband's boss had been trying to reach me for months for consultancy work. He had no idea I was related to the new bride. My sister had scrubbed me from the narrative entirely. He wasn't impressed. He was offended. He told her she looked insecure, small-minded, untrustworthy. He didn't stay for the rehearsal dinner. Neither did her fiancé's family. Her perfect evening collapsed under its own polished weight. And I was at home, quietly slicing vegetables for dinner, letting the simmering pot absorb the satisfaction I wouldn't show. The confrontation came a week later. She stormed into my apartment, mascara streaked, desperation clinging to her like smoke from a house burning down behind her. "Why didn't you tell me you were in that magazine?" she demanded. I looked at her, calm, surgical. "You never asked." She froze. 3 words, clean, sharp, precise, cut deeper than any speech. "You ruined everything," she whispered. "No," I said. "You handed me the match and poured the gasoline yourself. I just stepped back and let you strike it." For the first time she realized the difference between us. She destroys quietly. I rebuild loudly. And when someone tries to erase me, I don't fight for a place at their table. I build my own, higher, stronger, and visible from every room they wanted to shut me out of. She left with silence trailing behind her like a defeated echo. I closed the door, locked it. Not out of fear, but finality. Revenge isn't fire, it's architecture, and I'd built mine brick by calculated brick. Funny, really. She didn't want me at her rehearsal dinner because she feared I'd embarrass her. In the end, she did the job beautifully all by herself.